Treasure Island notes about this story. The author Robert Louis Stevenson was born in Edinburgh, Scotland, in November 1850. Treasure Island is one of his most famous stories. His other stories include Kidnapped, The Black Arrow, The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and The Master of Ballantrae. Stevenson was ill for much of his life. He went to live in the South Pacific because the weather was warm there. He died in Samoa in December 1894. The story takes place in the middle of the 18th century. It is the story of pirates who stole treasure from ships in the Caribbean. These pirates buried the treasure on an island. The pirates were cruel and violent. They all wanted the treasure. They fought and killed each other. Treasure Island is not a true story. Captain Flint and Long John Silver were not real pirates. Treasure Island is not a real place. But there were pirates in many parts of the world in the 18th century. There were pirates in the Mediterranean, the Caribbean, and the China Seas. Ships went from South America to Spain. These ships carried gold, silver, and goods across the Caribbean, and they were often attacked by pirates. The pirates killed the sailors and stole everything in the ships. Some famous pirates were Captain Henry Morgan, Blackbeard, and Mary Read. They were cruel and violent people. Pirates were often hanged if they were caught. People always enjoy stories about pirates. There are many books and films about pirates. Some of the stories are true, and some of them are not true. All of them are exciting. Treasure Island is one of the most famous stories. A. Answer the following questions. 1. What kind of story is the book Treasure Island? It is not true story, or it's a story about pirates and treasure. 2. When does the story Treasure Island take place? It takes place in the 18th century. 3. Where was Robert Louis Stevenson born? He was born in Edinburgh, Scotland. B. Draw a circle round the letter of the most correct alternative A, B, C, or D. 1. The story Treasure Island is A. A real story. B. A story about life in Africa. C. Not a real story. D. Written by Shakespeare. 2. Captain Flint and Long John Silver are A. Real pirates. B. Not real pirates. C. Sailors. D. Fishermen. 3. Treasure Island is A. A true story. B. A story about sailors. C. A story in Africa. D. Not a true story. 4. When does the story Treasure Island take place? In the B. 16th century. B. 18th century. C. 15th century. D. 20th century. 5. Treasure Island is A. A real place. B. Not a real place. C. In America. D. In France. 6. The book Treasure Island is a story A. about sailors. B. Of pirates who steal treasure from ships. C. Of people who stay in hotels and inns. D. Of people who make ships. C. Decide whether the following statements are true or false. Write T for the true statement and F for the false one. 1. Treasure Island is one of the most famous stories. 2. Treasure Island is not a real place. 3. The pirates are not violent. 4. Captain Flint and Long John Silver are not real pirates. 5. The author of Treasure Island was born in London. 6. The book Treasure Island is a true story.